Okay, so we are about to do the alternator replacement on the 2009 Nissan Murano. So remove the tires first. Put the jack stand. Well, jack up the vehicle. Remove it. Put the jack stand. Remove the tire. That's the best way. So first thing you want to do is to the power steering lines. You need to remove them. Pull it aside like that. Alright, so now we have to remove the tensioner. So it's a 30mm. Just get an extended handle and put a 30mm. Twist it to the left. Then you can get a long bolt and push it between where it lines up right there. So once you get that done, you can take off the belt. Next you want to use a 40mm socket to remove this idler pulley right there. So that's the one above the AC compressor. Then to the front of the car, you have a 10mm bolt that holds a fitting that keeps the oil line in place, and also some wires. That's a 10mm, and then you have two 40mm in front, the AC compressor that holds them up. So two 40mm bolts, take out those bolts or loosen them for the time being, but be sure to get the wires and the lines out the way, so that when you let down the AC compressor, it can come down. So now I'm about to release the first 40mm. That's the lowest one right there. So get a ratchet handle and use a deep 14 extension to pull the top one, so you have more space. So you crack that one. You can use a short one for the bottom one and a long one for the top one. So with the deep 14, use a longer ratchet handle so you can have the leverage to pull the 14 bolt. You need that. This one was tight for me to pull, so I extended my ratchet handle and got it loose. So now on this part you would have two 40mm bolts, and go ahead and just remove those from the AC compressor. And then I think I skipped a part where I took out the 40mm bolt. I think I messed up the recording, but you have a 40mm nut that holds the alternator on this side, and then you have a 12mm that's on top. So what I did was use my quarter inch wrench with a 12mm, put my hand down inside, that's above where the positive wire is connected, to pull that bolt. But the important part is that I'm showing you how to take this out through the side. And there you go. So it came right out through the side. This is the most difficult part. So as you can see, where the ears of the AC compressor, it's to the lower side. So now I'm cleaning up spraying some degreaser to be able to wash off all this oil and grime. So as I said, as you can see where the AC compressor is sitting, the lower part where the lower bolt goes, it should be all the way down there to facilitate this the alternator coming out easier. It's gonna be easy. So now look at how I installed a new one. Enough space was there. I did need to let down the cross member and just finagle it in. So all the way in, and that's how I did it. This is the hardest part. I know several videos are on YouTube showing the other steps, but I just wanted to show my step how I got this done the easier way. As I said, pay attention to the bottom of the AC compressor. Look, it's so low, so you got enough space. So installing but this alternator now, I use the original bolt and push it from this side just to get it aligned, and then I went up top to catch the other one. So what I used was a bungee cord to wrap around the alternator there and send it up to the top so I could pull it and try to align it with where the bolt would go. And that's exactly what I did. Oh, I got it to line up, but first I used a spray can and my pry bar to kind of give it some assistance, and then I used the bungee cord. So this alternator is heavy, so it's very difficult to hold it from the top and pull it to align the bolt, especially if you have big hands. So that's the bungee cord. I use a string to put on the alternator, pull it up, put in the bolt right there, and lock it down. So now I'm taking out my little assistance. Wow, that was a pain to align that stuff. So now I'm installing the bolt, the long bolt and the alternator from this side now, with the correct way. That wasn't so bad to install the bolt. So now I'm tightening up this small 12mm bolt. This is exactly what I did. Now I'm about to tighten this bolt and the alternator from this side. Just making it snug. So I'm about to finish tying this once and for all. Alright, I'm fitting up but the AC compressor. So it's a 240mm bolts on this side and then two on the next side. So 40mm bolts. So now what I'm doing is reconnecting the power wire to the alternator. But what I would want you to do if you are watching this video is try and connect the power wire and the connector before you fully install the alternator, just to get the space, because once you install the alternator it's gonna point like further away from you. So if you install it while it is kind of pointing down or halfway, it would be better for you. So but the connector in my case wasn't so good, so the customer ordered it and I'll have to cut it and splice it, or deep or repin pin it to an X connector and complete the job. So like I said, this is basically me showing the hardest part of the video, which is getting the alternator through that small part. A lot of videos are on YouTube, so I didn't go fully in depth and show every single thing as it relates to doing the alternator on this car. So hope this video helps someone, and that's it. I took like 2 hours to do this completely. 2 hours.